Greetings, mortals. I am Natus, one of the rulers of Hell, or specifically Manga Hell, and today we will be doing a video on my top 5 favorite manga volumes that I own. So yeah, now let's get a couple things clear. This is all my personal opinion. So if you disagree, it's fine. I'm not gonna tell you that you're wrong and I'm right. I mean, I'm a devil, so it doesn't really matter to me. Like, I'm still gonna kill you in a matter of seconds. But you know what I mean. It doesn't really matter. If you disagree, you disagree. And another thing is, I have a lot of My Academia volumes, and as you can see in that my previous collection, it's not like my collection is overwhelmingly huge. So I've decided to limit myself to have like one volume per series because otherwise this video would pretty much be my top 5 favorite My Academia volumes, except like maybe one exception or two. Needless to say, it would be overwhelmingly My Academia. So I've decided to cut them and have just one. But even with that, there are still 5 volumes that I would say are better, well, than most, and those 5 need to get their respect. So that's it. Let's get to the number 5. So number 5 is Soul Eater Volume 1. Now, the reason why I love this volume is the fact that I feel like, unlike a lot of volumes that has just characters like drawn in, which is one of my least favorite ways to have a volume, seriously, like just draw them in, nothing unique to it. And this specifically is because, well, I like this one, is because there was like a very good dynamic, like Maki holding Soul as his mid transformation, with Blair sitting behind them on a pumpkin. It really gives me a certain like feel and finishing of volume cover, unlike others that just feel like have been alright. Draw the character, maybe put them in some interesting poses, and that's it. Like in that regard, I feel like those volumes kind of fail. Well, in this one, I feel like it really works. I feel like the color also matches well together, and it's not like this card was too overwhelming. Like all of them feel like they have the same like structure in it. Like it's balanced between the three. So yeah, that's my reason why this Solid Volume 1 is my number 5. Now on to my number 4, which is Black Clover Volume 23. Hmm. Only if there was a little bit later, we would actually have a 24 to number 4. But yeah, anyways. Now the reason why I love this volume is, although it's simple, it works really well. Like, just seeing Sakurai sitting there, which could also make her fall into the same category as Soul Eater and Bleach's one with just one character. Although it's that aspect, it works well with this one because one, the background has like this moonlight feel to it. It's kind of finisher. It's kind of like nice epilogue, like this nice feeling to it, which really gets you into a mood. And it's Sakura, just looks very beautiful in it. Like you can tell. I'm not sure exactly how the mangakas actually decide what to put on the volumes, but I really feel like Tawata just like got this idea in his head. A volume cover with Sakura just sitting on a tree doing the night. I feel like it's very fitting, and it's kind of like it's like a good finishing of the Elf Saga story. Like the day is done, and now it's a nice moon to just sit there and to and it's the end of the day. Like I really like this idea of it, with which that's the idea I'm getting. But again, it's like a very beautiful volume. Now we have my number 3 volume, which is One Piece Volume 89, and this volume is epic. like everything about this volume, the color, the characters, in emotions, it's just amazing. I mean, I know it's kind of simplistic, where it's basically just, I think, like a different angle of the battle between Katakuri and Luffy. But in my opinion, it works so much better with this. Like the general like feeling of it, like with the mirrors and them going for the final clash, it looks great. Everyone makes you like excited for it. Like you want to see the conclusion to this epic fight. And yeah, this armament itself is just amazing. Amazing. And everything in it just works. It's a perfect balance. Now I'm not. Now there are some other action-based volumes that I do have, but they aren't like they don't really hit you as well as this one, where you just like feel the excitement. Like you just like you see it and it will cut your eye. Like even if you like just walk by and you just see this volume, like what the heck is this badassness? So not to mention, there's also a bit of a gore in it, since you can actually like see the characters bleeding and like in all her pain, which usually I feel like mangakas like try to escape from it, or the very least not have it that way. Like they'll have minimal or next to like just the characters in an action pose, but not like actually bleeding. I mean, look at volume 26 of Black Clover, where like you have Monica like beat that's as like Monica they're standing, but you don't like see any extra gore, even though it would make sense. Like you don't see Vanica like bleeding or having like blood coming from her mouth, or Lope Chica falling and some blood is dripping from her, implying that she might have been hurt, or Noelle not having like any scratches or anything. Like that's what I feel like people mangakas try to avoid when it comes to their Shonen Jump volumes, as well as other series like Sunny Sins. I don't think has that one. Maybe I'm forgetting about volume, but again, it's very rare. So seeing this type of volume, in my opinion, is very awesome inside. It actually shows like there is some major stuff in the story happening, something you cannot avoid. So yeah, this is why volume 89 of One Piece is my third favorite. So now on to my number two volume, and that is Overlord, Volume 1. Now, something I do love when mangakas do is when they have like the main group of villains as a front cover to a volume. Like that's one of my favorites. Like fairy tale volumes, I like it when they have like a villain on the cover. So obviously, I would like it when the main group of villains, which let's be real here, the Ainzo Gold's groups are villains, is the fact that is on this cover and it all looks great. I like how oversized Ainz is in here. Not in a bad way. I mean, like symbolically, like how he's above them as they're like his followers, since they're his followers. Like he's this king, this badass lord, as he rules this little group, this well giant group. Let's be real here. It looks smaller in the volume cover because it's a volume. You can have like a army on that or something like that. But yeah, I like how he's like ruling this interesting designed characters. And in my opinion, the designs of these characters really like catch your attention, like want you to grab it and read it. Because who are all these interesting designs? Like you will be intrigued by it. Especially once you consider this doesn't really look like a series that this is a protagonist. Like usually usually volumes ones have protagonists as their main drawing to. I mean, look at My Academia. The first cover literally has Izuku running while there are a bunch of heroes behind him, symbolizing the Hero Society. So why would there be this, look like this Eldritch villain group on the front cover of this manga? So yeah, in my opinion, it works well. I feel like some art doesn't like fit well, like just small little complaints. I think it's the more like kind of lighter tone that manga has compared to the anime, since the anime has more like a badass serious one. Well, in this one, you have things like Ainz, like going that like weird, different drawing style, dopey thing where they're like, I'm serious, and they're like, wait, and then he's like, so I'm guessing that's why I would say it's a bit of a problem to me. But even so, it's like barely noticeable. It still looks great, it still looks badass, and I cannot wait. And it really draws you into it. Now, on to my favorite volume, the best volume, to be honest, the creme de la creme, and that is volume 24 of My Hero Academia. It should be any surprise that a volume of My Hero Academia would be on this list, but all in all, I just freaking love it. I mean, sure, Volume 21 has a more epic picture. Volume 25 is very simplistic, but it really hits you home, and it really gets like the joy of destruction. It makes you, oh yeah, this is Shigaraki. Like this is like really, I would say, where it symbolizes as the villain aspect. And there are others like Volume 28, Volume 30, 31 that I don't think have come out yet. But there are other volumes that really hit you. But this, in my opinion, is the best. One, I like the general way how all the legal villains are presented, with Shiraki in the middle, the front set, in the front on the center, well, in the middle, sitting as the king, with Dobby on his right side, like his right hand man, with Toga and Twice, since those two were like the most addressed, the most like used as the frontliners, with Spinner and Kompraska in the back as their support, as well as the funny little joke with Spinner putting the sign over the hero with the villain as quasi like, oh, a little up, a little above. It's very funny and it doesn't ruin the moment. It's very epic. Like I can totally see like a scene where Shiraki like sits in the throne with all of them like doing random stuff around him, because Shiraki doesn't care what they do. So it really catches you. Not to mention the color of it really hits as well, because you can tell, because it's very colorful. It's not like some other ones where it feels like they're the same. You can totally tell the difference in between the characters, in my opinion, and they don't like clash or anything like that. And I also like it how there's like no like one goofy character out like, when I say goofy, I mean design wise. I like how they're all like this more serious but not overly like edgelord serious, which is funny considering their leaders are edgelords. Like Shiraki and Nabi are edgelords, let's be real here. Especially with their fucking disappointing hands, the burnt skin. Like those two are edgelords. But the other ones are like not over the top, like some like big bulky. I generally like the designs of it. And I really think it works perfectly with them. So yeah. So this was my top five favorite volume list of my top five favorite manga volumes. I'm curious, how much did you like this list? Did you hate it? Do you think some other volumes that I have should have been put here? Or tell me in the comments below are your personal ones? Like which ones would you? Which ones are your favorite? What did you? So yeah. With that being said, I hope you like this video. I hope you leave a comment, click subscribe, and with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you mortals next time. Goodbye.